What up? What up? What up, internet? Who you are, where you be, where you at, what you see. This is Pop Cult Parent, your favorite podcast that talks about life, pop culture, and everything in between. But tonight, we're talking about the GOAT. We're back at it again with with another One Piece check-in. I'm one of your hosts, Mark M.F. Jones, and I'm joined by.
This is Niels DRY.
And yeah, we look, One Piece has been on fire. I think we're taking a little hiatus right now, the
Yeah.
anime and the
Anime's a 6 month break, and the manga just came back after a 3 week break.
yeah, manga just came back, but hey, it's always something happening, always something fun in the world of One Piece. So we got a couple things to talk about, live action show, anime, manga, but first we're going to start with the live action show and go through a couple things, couple casting things, whatever. But Nils, why don't you let everyone know what we're going to talk about?
Yeah, so some stuff has happened since our last check-in. And in particular, there's been the last two big casting announcements for the live action. And that includes the casting of Miss All Sunday. Her name is Lyra Abova. I believe that's how you say your name. And then, of course, the casting of Mr. Zero, which is a sister that was shown for a half a second in the first season. I'm joking. Joe Manganiello is casted as Crocodile or Mr. Zero in
Yep.
the live action anime. And Mark, there's a lot of things that we can talk about to react to it. I'll start off and react to the Croc news.
Yeah.
So there's two things here, right? There's two things we got to talk about.
Couple things, couple notes, couple
A
tidbits.
couple things, a couple things. First, I'll start with probably what people want to hear, which is we got it wrong. All
We
right.
got it wrong.
We got it
Hey,
wrong.
we were wrong. We thought Croc was a black woman. Who knew?
Who
Even in
knew?
the
Who
even
knew?
in the even in the red line, no one wants a black woman to be their leader. So who knew?
Who knew? Who knew? We were wrong. All right. We're not the only ones. All right. We were wrong. The data and the feedback in the polls,
Yeah.
it
Seventy-eight
was all
percent
going our direction.
78% of red line voters voted, and she didn't get it. They didn't get
Right.
it. I don't know. I
What do
don't
you
want
what,
to tell you.
what do you want from us? What do you want from us? All right.
We tried our
Anyways,
best. We tried our
we
best.
tried our best. All right. Our theory was wrong. It wasn't the light skinned sister in one of the first episodes. But the second thing is Joe Manganiello's gonna kill it.
Yes, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect
How did
casting.
we get him?
Dude, I mean, just
He's
like
gonna kill this.
just Oda is just like batting for a hunt. Like I, how do they keep pulling? Because let's be real, Nels. On the surface, we love One Piece.
Yes.
I've said before, I don't know how you get people into this show who aren't One Piece fans, but we are getting like really well polished actors lending their time, their reputation to this goofy show about pirates. I mean, Katie Seagal is gonna be what's her name, the Doctor. Like
Yeah, Dr. Reem. Yep. Correa.
she's a legit actor. You know,
Hmm.
like Emmy winning. Like she's been in legit shows. And now this for Crocodile, I'm just like, man, we are winning when it comes to One Piece fandom. Like
And I mean, the casting though is phenomenal. This man, so I mean, he's been in True Blood, he's been in Magic Mike, he was in Justice League. Like he's made some like acting chops. I don't know why I said Justice League. You didn't need to hear that. But I think we all know he was gonna play Slade Wilson in the Batman
yeah,
aspect movie in that little Zack Snyder Justice League
yeah.
DCU. And we were all excited about that. Well, no, I don't know about all. People were like excited about the concept of him versus Ben Affleck, like Slade Wilson versus like that Batman.
It,
But
it
Joe
wasn't
can
the worst
act.
decision like
Yeah, no, no, not at
made
all.
with that franchise, you know.
But like, so Joe Manganiello is a big nerd, right? And like I think he's like big into like D&D or something.
Hmm.
But like the brother, like he appreciates this like niche of pop culture. So like he's committed to it, but like the other part is like the man's good.
Yeah.
Like he like even back when you watch him playing Flash in like the first Spider-Man, he like he like encapsulates what the character's supposed
Yeah.
to be, whether it's
He
supposed to
looked
be
38 in high school,
he
but
did.
like
In
that
his
was Flash
defense,
Thompson.
so did Toby.
Yeah, yeah.
So did Kirsten Dunst.
Bunch of 40 year
So did
olds going
James
to fourth
Franco.
period English.
They all looked very old for their age. So I can't knock him for that. But I'm very confident that he is
Yeah.
going to do a masterful job as Croc. And look, Mark, the other thing I'll say is he's going to set the bar very high
Yes.
for all the other big bads for the
Yes.
rest of the series. Like you
Yeah.
putting him there and he's going to kill it. Whew. That
I
means go ahead.
no, my bad, man. Yeah, he looks like Crocodile.
Yep.
I feel like I don't know if that was a real or AI, but like I saw a picture of him with like the coat. I'm like, dog, this is like you. And Nels, you and I talked. We were like, he doesn't understand how much like Comic Con convention cream he is about to get. Like,
He's
if he
set.
thought he had fans before, this brother is about to have so many fans. Like, just show up to Comic Con in your fur coat with your gold hook and a
He's
cigar.
set,
It's
bruh.
over. It is over.
He's set.
He don't have to do nothing for the rest of his life. He just has to show up to Comic Cons and have his own kiosk. He's set for life.
Mark, the way this is set up, he won't have time to do anything else for the rest of his life. He's gonna be making One Piece stuff for the rest of his life. But yeah, man, like he's set.
Yeah.
I mean,
And not to spoil anything, if you're not a One Piece fan, I don't even know why you're here, but if you haven't seen anything regarding One Piece, this is your spoiler warning. This won't be you and I know this will not be the last we see of him. We're going to see him in Impel Down. We're going to see him in Marineford. He's going to pop up here and there and
he he's going to be a reoccurring character for the
yes,
rest of the
the
series.
rest of the series, like
So,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
like, he will make appearances, and I think that is kind of spoiling, if we want to be honest, because one of his reveals is like, "Oh my goodness!" And yes, you know what I'm saying? Like when you see him again, that react, anyways, is dope. But yeah, man, that's him. But
I
I think the last piece I was gonna say was he's raising the bar. So
hmm
like whoever plays Anel, that's
Yeah,
gonna be a big one.
that's our next big bad. Yep.
Whoever plays like what's Buddy's name? Rob Lucci,
Well,
that's gonna be a big one.
Nels,
Like
I think even before we get to that, even like just the kind of antagonist in the way, because we know whoever we're gonna see Blackbeard, that whoever that is, that's got to be a legit casting because you're gonna be around and we're gonna give you more and more and more. I think even like this sets the bar for like, oh
Ace.
my God, brother, dude with the springy legs
Oh,
who was in dress.
Bellineer.
Yes, yes. Like
Hmm.
even like that person is going to have to be well cast. I think this sets the bar for everything.
Yeah, well, and I think we're all equally excited to find out whoever Ace is. I think you and I both believe. I don't know if actually we talked about this, but I think Ace has already been decided. Ace is Blue Beetle, the brother who's in Cobra Kai. In my mind, he has been
It
Ace. He's
fits.
always gonna be Ace. If they pick somebody that's not him to play Ace, good luck. Because in my mind, that dude is like
Yeah.
he is going to. He's Ace, in my opinion. He's gonna kill it as Ace. So we'll
Before
see.
we move on,
Hmm.
what's a casting that you know is coming down the line that you are so excited to just see what they do with it?
That's coming up, or like in
Yeah, like a
general.
character that we know is coming down the line that you're just like I'm just eager to know who gets this role.
Oh, brother. Besides Ace, there's only one that I'm very hyped for. Whitebeard. That is that is it. I'll get like it can't be Hulk Hogan. And so the only person it has to be John Cena. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know who else or
I
Rock.
don't
Like
I don't
it's gotta
know.
they gotta they Or you know what? Dave Bautista would kill playing Whitebeard. You don't think
Mm.
so? You don't think so? I
I
think
here,
he'd kill
here
it.
I here's the thing. I think you could find. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think you could find a place for Dave Bautista somewhere else in the
I
world of
mean,
One Piece.
of course, you can find Dave Bautista in everything. What
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mean? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know who might be good? Do you remember that old, not he's not he wasn't super old, but do you remember the general in Avatar?
Oh, welcome to Pandora, where everything wants to keep. I'm gonna give you new legs, Jake. So, yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes. He could play Whitebeard.
Yes, yes, yes. Perfect casting. Perfect
Yeah.
cast. I really can't wait to see who Blackbeard is.
Hmm.
Because I think I read somewhere Blackbeard's race, if it
He's
was in
Ethiopian.
our Ethiopian, so I'm like, that's
Hmm.
very interesting to me.
Or Somalian. He's East African.
I think, yeah,
Somewhere over there.
it's maybe Somalian. Maybe it was
He might be
Somalian.
Somalian, yeah.
You and I saw it was a fan generated meme, but it was Anthony Anderson as Blackbeard. I was like, I don't hate it. It will never happen, but I was like, I kind of like it a lot.
I don't think you've shown me that. I don't think I've
Okay,
seen that.
okay.
Please
Well,
send me
I saw
that.
it was like a fan,
Actually,
fan
let's see if I can
casting,
find it right now.
and it was Anthony Anderson as Blackbeard, and I was like, I don't hate this, and I kind of like it.
Is he too old?
I mean, what Blackbeard? He's younger than no, he's about Shank's age, right? So
He's
he's
about
probably what in
Shank's
his
age.
40s,
Yeah, he's a
right?
little too old.
I think he could play a 40-year-old.
Okay, this is not a good this is not good podcasting. Let me let me get out of here. Nah, man, he's too old. He's too old.
I mean, hey, we'll see. But I'm very eager to see who we get as Blackbeard, and I can't wait when we get there to see who is Kid and Ace. Not Kid. I'm sorry,
Kid in
Ace
Law.
and Law. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Kid in Law.
Very
That'll
eager to
be
say who that is.
Law's gonna be a big casting, but we got a
Well,
ways to go before
yeah,
we get
yeah.
there. So yeah. Anyways, that is this is zero, and
We
now
were
we have
wrong.
Miss All Sunday.
We
We're
were
wrong. We're
wrong.
wrong. We're
Hey,
wrong. We're
hey,
wrong.
we can
It is
admit
what.
it.
Hey, we ain't the only ones. You know what I'm
That
saying?
doesn't mean that doesn't mean the theory is wrong. The fan theory of what Crocodile's secret is. That doesn't mean that's wrong, but we were wrong. So
We'll see.
yeah.
So Miss All Sunday, Nico Robin, Lara Abova. I don't know much about the sister.
I'm
She,
sorry because I know.
you know where this is
Keep.
going.
Yeah, I know where
You
this
know,
is
you know
going.
exactly what I'm
Keep
leading up
going.
to.
Keep going.
I don't know much about the sister. I've seen her. I've seen like a little bit that she's done like a Pitch Perfect spinoff.
Yeah,
She was in the assassin movie Anna,
yeah.
and she's a model.
She looks like
Um,
Robin.
she looks a lot like Robin.
Yes.
You know, if you like take away
Here,
the
here, right
here,
here.
here, she's got it down right here. If you take away the accessories that come with
The
Japanese anime,
attributes.
if you take
Let's
away
be real.
that
Okay, let's just lay it on the table. Nico Robin is a very voluptuous
in the anime,
character,
in the manga, yes,
and
yes,
fans love it. They love her. They I guarantee you there's some down bad people who don't leave their house for Nico Robin enter whatever, right? And she's a very slender woman. We'll say that, right?
yeah. And you know what, Mark? I still pray for her.
Hey,
I still pray for her because the love, the
woo!
love that people have for Nico Robin is scary.
Yes, yes,
There
yeah.
are folks, the only fictional cartoon character that like I've seen people more obsessed with is Roxanne on, on a Goofy movie. She
Let's put it
set the
like this.
bar.
There's people who I don't know, maybe they like to get stepped on, and you take that, you you do with that as you will. People like Quentin Tarantino who love feet. who are big Nico Robin fans, and I don't know because I didn't look at the comments really, but I remember when the casting was made, and I texted you. I was like, Oda's got guts. Oda's got a lot of guts to go
Got a lot of guts.
completely this direction. Nico Robin is everyone's like Nico Robin is this direction, but Oda
Yeah.
went this direction.
And you know what? He's like, what you gonna say? What you
What you
gonna
gonna
say?
say?
What you gonna
What you gonna
say?
say? I
What
mean,
what what'd you want? What'd you
yeah.
want? Why'd you want that? You know what I'm
Now,
saying?
now, let me ask you this: Was
Mhm.
this? I have no doubt that she's probably a very capable actor. She wouldn't have the job if she's not going to hit it. And you and I said her. I want to live. That's my theory. I think the casting was read the I want to live, and I think she just killed that.
She had
So
to. She had to.
so
So, and this is again spoilers if you aren't.
yeah.
I don't know where folks are coming in. They may just be wanting to listen to the live action part. So keep in mind there's some stuff that's gonna happen with this character later on. If you don't want
Now
to get spoiled, hop off. But if you
is
already are initiated, please continue.
is this Netflix? So is this Oda being like, "Yo, you got it"? Because the same thing could be said. Remember when Gal Gadot got casted as Wonder Woman?
Hmm.
I think she's great. She is Wonder Woman. She owns that role. Say what you will about Wonder Woman 1984, but
No comment.
she is Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But when she was casted, people were like, "But the the chest." That was
Yeah,
the
I
whole
mean,
internet's argument. They're
that
like,
is the
"But the
whole
chest."
the same thing happens with like I mean the same thing happens all the time when you
Hmm.
take a superhero character or an anime character and translate them in real life. It's because they don't look like humans in anime. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like that is
Yes.
not it is made for
If Nico
teenage horny
Robin
boys. You know
if
what I'm
Nico
saying?
Robin was a real person, she'd be like the Flintstone car. She'd just fall over.
She she would be on Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake.
Yes, yeah.
And they had episodes specifically about people who live like that.
Geek to
And
chic.
Ricky would just ask her questions on like, why do you live like
Why do
this?
you live
You
like
know,
this? Why do you look like this?
why do you look like this?
Well, Jenny,
That would be the show.
I grew up
So,
on an island with a giant man, and then one day I got plastic surgery.
you know
But
what I'm saying? Like
so my question to you was her audition just blew Oda and every like the director out of the water, or is this like Netflix being like, hey, you know, let's not get, and I don't want to use this word because I don't think Oda is chauvinistic
hmm
at all, but like, is Netflix worried about being like, we only cast this person because how they look,
hmm
kind of thing? Do you think? What do you
Um,
think?
Mark, I have I have been beyond impressed with this casting, the casting director, this casting team. I have zero doubts that this actress is going to kill it as
Yeah.
Nico Robin because they have already built so much good faith.
Hmm.
Like the Straw Hats are all great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kobe, we shall see. That's going to be a real test.
That
That's going to be a real
yeah,
test.
because like that actor
They
is
need
just
to
gonna have to
inject that brother
step it
with
up a
steroids
lot.
or
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I don't
recast
know.
him.
We'll see what happens.
Helmeppo, bro, like we could what's his name?
Buggy,
Buggy, like
great
they
casting.
have done enough for me, Mark.
Yeah,
And just seeing the casting here, I am convinced she's going to kill it. So
yeah,
yeah, I don't really have I'm not I mean, one thing we do know is she looks just like Robin.
she does. She
She
looks
looks
just
just like
like her.
Robin.
And
So
I stand by my theory. I think they read through the script of season two, like, read this, blah blah blah, and I think they were like, okay, this scene hit I want to live, and I think it just they were like, this is it. This is Nico Robin.
it would be helpful if like we've like seen her and stuff. I haven't seen her in anything, so I don't know how she
Yeah.
acts. But I also didn't see any of the other Straw Hats in anything.
Yeah, I
And
think
they immediately like
I mean
I was bought in.
I think Zorro his actor he's established in Japan. I think he's
Oh
a
yeah, very much
well-established
so.
Japanese
Very
actor.
much so.
And I think
And so is
Nami's actress
Nami.
has, yeah, she's been in a
She's
bunch
been
of
in a
stuff,
bunch of stuff. Yeah.
but like, yeah, like, not that, not to no disrespect, but like, I don't think they're all household names right now.
I don't think you could afford
Yeah.
having folks who are household names to play the Straw Hats. That's
Well, I don't know. We might be
because
getting there.
they're all going to be household names by the
Yeah,
end of this. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? This is
yeah.
a very Stranger Things type thing. You know, like
Exactly.
they're going
Yeah.
to come in and every single one of them is going to be big star. The show could stop after season 2 and Luffy will be set. Like Inaka would be set
So
for the rest of his
let's
life.
okay. You and I kind of talked about this about Stranger Things cast. Who's going to be the breakout in this cast?
Okay, so this is a little tricky. So I'm assuming we cannot count Emily Rudd, who plays Nami, and Zoro's characters because they're
I say you
already.
can. Well, I say you can because you could just elevate them. So yeah, and anyone you want to say who's really going to be like who's going to be the what Millie Bobby Brown of this
Oh,
when it's over?
I think it's gonna be Emily Rudd. Like Nami, she is a great actress.
Yeah.
She like I'm thoroughly impressed with her. Like I think she is
Yeah.
going to be the star from this, and she's already like shown range. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be her.
I I think if the chips lie correct for him, I see Zorro's actor being like maybe not like the next Tom Cruise, but like being in some legit action movies moving forward.
I mean, it's, he already is. You know what I'm saying? It's just in another country. So like he's like their go-to young dude. So
Hmm.
and like we gotta also talk about like Sanji's dude is talented, man.
Yeah.
Like the man has like learned stuff just to be Sanji
He taught
and is
himself how to
great at
cook
it.
just to be Sanji. Like,
So what else can he? I'm sure he can do a lot, you
yeah.
know? So and watch it be Usopp at the end of the day. Watch it be Usopp. We're gonna take care of each other.
We're gonna take
We're gonna
hey,
take
we
care of
got you,
each other.
Usopp.
We got you, Usopp.
78%. We got you.
We got you, brother. We're gonna take care of you. Or it might be somebody, you know, depending on who they cast as Ace,
Yeah.
Law, like who it
Chopper,
could be Helmeppo.
Hamepo.
Could be Helmeppo. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I
Like you
think
never know.
we didn't get a full view, but we got. Did you see there was like that kind of like from the back, like Chopper? They had the character Chopper at the table reading.
Yeah.
So like
Hmm.
Chopper looks like he's going to look like Chopper. It looks like he's going to be fully CGI, which I'm fine with. So we'll just wait to hear voice actors.
I'm not. I didn't want it to be CGI. I wanted it to be a puppet.
I think
Uh
it will be a mix. I think it'll be a like depending on circumstances. I think because like Chopper's so involved and like the Rumble balls that has to be CGI. Like I just feel like
yeah,
it
I
has
mean
to
the
be.
Rumble Ball, anything Devil Fruit related can be
Yeah.
CGI, but man, it's either they are okay with spending a silly amount of money on this, or we're not gonna see that much Chopper. Cause
I
like,
I think it will be a mix. I think when like if it's like sitting around at a table or something, maybe there'll be a Chopper puppet, you know? But I do think for the most part it will be CGI.
well, we'll see, brother. We'll
Yeah.
see. Any last things about the live action?
Now what do we got? A couple more months and season 2 is here?
They did not announce when season two is coming out. I
Oh
think
man.
they were even hesitant to mention that it was going to come out in 2025. We don't know. We do
I
not
I
know.
I will say this. For see I appreciate Netflix is putting money behind this.
Mm,
And here's the thing, Netflix cuts things quick. Netflix wants results today. So the
mm.
fact that they're putting millions of dollars into One Piece, like whose ship did they show that they actually built? It was wasn't it Brooks? The man, they're
I don't
really
know,
but
brother.
like they're building actual ships. Like the fact that they're building ships and sets and not just everything is a green screen and CGI means that they must be seeing results with this show, which is great. Which means we're going to get more seasons of it as long as like the viewership keeps up.
Yes, Mark. Yes, yes, I agree. All right, but let's move on. So, we're going to talk about the anime, and we last time we had a One Piece check-in, we talked about literally two moves and great content.
Yeah.
But my favorite part of the Egghead arc in the manga, we actually got to see it visualized, which is Sabo's escape from Marie Joie and him trying to get Cobra out, and of course the Gorosei and Emu transforming and doing stuff. Mark, there's a lot to talk about within this, but I think like two things that I want to talk about in particular is like what were your reactions, and then we gotta talk about Emu in general. So curious what your reactions were in watching the episode, and then I got some thoughts.
You know, I found it really the animation was beautiful. It made me go back like when Cobra realizes he's not making it out alive
Hmm.
and the elders take out their pistols. Like, was that in the manga?
Yep.
I okay. And then it got me thinking, I'm
They
like,
all kind of just like went, they showed like them going, putting their
yeah.
hands in their pockets and stuff.
Well, it got me thinking, I was just like, why? You all are, I don't know what the elders are. We still don't know what they are. You're obviously something. Like, Emu is there. We know how Emu kills Cobra eventually. Why was that even an option? Like, I don't know. It's just like, why? What are you trying to hide? What do you like? Just do it.
The,
Just,
dog, they keep their hands clean. What you mean? Like I ain't they
I
have
guess.
clothes and stuff like that. I ain't about to, what I'm saying? What am I gonna
No,
do
but
all that to this
I
paraplegic dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, why,
I
why I
guess
gotta, why I gotta take my chain off? You know what
take
I'm
my
saying?
chain, I'll take
Lay
my
right
take
here.
my
I can do
gloves
this
off.
real clean. This is not a fight, brother. This is an
Um,
execution. What you mean?
I'll say this. I'll say this. I was talking to my brother about this, and I'll bring it back. I really think One Piece in these later years has really found its look and its
Mm,
feel, and I love it. I really love it. Like when Sabo is listening in and he like springs and like tries to rescue Cobra, like that just looks so like it it really it really showed me why Ace's devil fruit is so sought after and why it's so powerful. You know what I mean? But before that, dog, just like Emu revealing him, her, they, self, that voice, it gave me chills,
yeah,
Nels.
that's what I want. That's what I wanted to talk about. I
It
wanted to
gave
get your
me
reaction to the voice.
chills. Like, and what a good move because I listened to it and I listened to it really hard. I think it is a female voice
Mm,
first. It definitely has a lot of layers and modulation. I think its first core part is a female voice and it has all these other modulations on it. But it just it I don't know what to make of it. Because I'm like, has anyone else in this series ever sounded like this? It sounds otherworldly, it sounds demonic, it sounds menacing. It was great. It was just really, really good.
it it sounded horrific.
Yeah,
Like whatever it's there was like an innocence to it, but like just like pure evil. Like just
yeah,
it was well done. I thought the voice was phenomenal.
yeah.
Mark,
Pure
I
evil
think
is a great way. It no, I get what you're saying, like almost innocent because is I think it's innocent in the way, and I think that's credit to Oda.
hmm
The questions, Emu, it's like say the name. Like, what do you mean? D? Like, and it's just like it's like Emu has all this power, but they're asking questions like they don't know all the answers.
hmm
It's just really well done. I loved it. The
I
sound design of all that was amazing.
I cannot wait to hear the dub version. Like
Yes.
I want to hear how we do it over here with that. And
Yeah.
then I have two thoughts, Mark. If they're trying this hard to hide the voice, not even just the identity of Emu, but the voice, I have two crazy thoughts. Here's theory time.
All
Um,
right.
sure it's gonna go just as well as our crop theory. I think the voice is Luffy's voice. I think it's the same voice as Luffy.
Mm,
That's like my first thought. Cause like, why try to hide the voice unless it sounds like somebody already? Right? Or you
mm,
just want to hide the fact that it's a man or woman. I'm like, why is it that deep if it's like a man or a woman? So I think they're trying to say it sounds just like somebody.
yeah,
And it's like a voice that is identifiable. And of course, the most identifiable voice in One Piece is Luffy. So I think there's some correlation to it sounding like Luffy. That's
that's
theory number
interesting.
one.
Yeah.
Theory number two, it sounds like Chopper. And my hot take theory is that this was the doctor on Joy Boy's ship. Like this person was probably on the first crew with Joy Boy, and who knows what happened, but like they became emu. Like there's some type of Judas betrayal. Maybe they made someone give them the Opie no me surgery to make them immortal,
Mm,
and they are the crew. And the reason the voice is like that is because the voice sounds just like Chopper's voice. Those are my hot takes. So either Luffy or this person was on the crew and sounds just like Chopper. Because we
I
clearly
never.
got a Frankie. Frankie was Emmett. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think we're getting representations of like Joy Boy's crew and it being a lot like I think my prediction is gonna be a lot like Luffy's crew. And I
So
think
I
Emu's
never thought about Emu being a part of Joy Boy's crew. That makes a lot of sense. I still, when we talk about Amazon Lily and Lily and I think I'm still hanging with there's some type of love triangle there
yeah,
where if Emu is a woman, Emu love Joy Boy, or Emu love Lily, but maybe Joy Boy and Lily. I think I'm still there, but I do love the idea of Emu being part of Joy Boy's crew. Now, let me ask you this. Why is it, did you say that, well, you said it sounds like Chopper, so Emu was the doctor?
that's what my guess is.
Okay, why is that significant? Why would the doctor of the crew be significant?
Because of Oda. Who knows, brother? Who knows? Who knows? But I bet Oda will make it make sense. I have no idea why it could be the doctor. It literally is just the only way I can connect it to sounding like Chopper.
Hmm.
Because I think the voice has to be significant for them to try to hide it so badly.
And
Unless they literally are just like, we can't let you know if it's a man or a woman just yet.
and
Because that
and you know
reveal is
what?
going to be sweet. And I'm like, is
An
it really? Oh,
Animes have done this before. Animes have been like, we're just gonna, we're not even gonna explain it. We're just gonna modulate the voice because we don't want to, and it could be a woman, whatever. But yeah, I didn't think about that. Emu being an original member of Joy Boy's crew. I mean, I don't know. You like, man, you got me thinking. I do think the anime is doing it for a reason. There's definitely a reason why we're not being like, this is a man, this is a woman. But I will say this, like I said, I think it is the core voice is female, but there's definitely layers there. We've talked about devil fruits having wills, inheriting wills, being passed on. Maybe Emu in itself, is a reincarnation of the will of someone. Maybe, maybe the will of whoever was there at the beginning is being reincarnated, and it's all these wills
that's
meshed into.
very that's very Attack on Titan-esque.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that gives a lot of Attack on Titan vibes. And I wonder if Oda, when he like sees all these other animes, it's like, damn it! Like I was gonna do that.
I was doing that. Why did I take 20 years to do this? I was
Yeah, like
doing
I was gonna do
it.
that, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He
and
shows up
and
to
like
their house, you son of a.
there's like a few animes that kind of have like a lineage thing, like a thing carries on to a person that carries on to a person. Like, for example, Attack on Titan, a few of those kind of come up, and of course, My Hero Academia with One for All.
Yeah,
Like, there's a bunch of those little things, and Emu definitely probably got a little hand into that. Somebody
yeah,
do. Somebody, I don't know who which one, but somebody got a little, there's a little thing that I mean, it's
yeah.
probably Luffy's Devil Fruit, if you want to keep it a buck. So yeah, man, there's something to it. I don't know, but that's interesting. There is clearly gonna be something about devil fruit Zoan types having a will of their own. That's gonna come up again. Like he didn't just say it for it to not come up again. It's
And
gonna come
I
up
I
again.
know I've asked you this question before. The first time we see Emu, and Emu has, I'm gonna call her Poseidon. I always forget her name. The mermaid,
Shirahoshi,
Shirahoshi. She has, does it? It's she has. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cobra's daughter. Why am I forgetting her name?
Vivi?
Vivi. Oh my God.
How
She has
dare you,
Vivi's picture, Blackbeard's picture, and I think
Luffy's
Shirahoshi
and
and
Shirahoshi. Yeah, those four.
okay. And someone's picture is like ripped to shreds. I can't remember
Yeah,
who.
Vivi's
Vivi's.
or no, or somebody's. Yeah, somebody's.
Someone's ripped to shreds, and someone has like the sword through it.
I'm pretty sure that was Vivi's that had
Okay.
the sword through it. Yeah.
And you know what's interesting? Because like, we're getting into this like, oh, Luffy, Nika, Joy Boy, whatever, right? And it says
Hmm.
Joy Boy will bring all the weapons back together and use them in their true form. So we know Shirahoshi she's Poseidon.
Yep.
So are we trying to say that Vivi is an ancient weapon? You
Uh,
know?
so there has been a lot of the One Piece creators out here have kind of shared like their own theories around this.
Hmm.
Like each ancient weapon is like there's a person that inhibits like the power to instill that ancient weapon. And so
Hmm.
Shirahoshi's is like, whatever it is. And then someone was like, well, there's clearly a connection with, I wish I remember who it was. It might have been Randy Troy. That's my guy. So like it was there somebody talked about how there's a correlation with Alabasta, a
Hmm.
correlation with Wano, and with Joy Boy.
Yeah.
Because Alabasta had the location of what was it? Pluton? No, what? Yeah,
Yes.
Pluton,
Yeah.
right?
Pluton.
And Pluton is currently physically in Wano. And
Hmm.
so there's something about like, well, either the Alabasta has a princess who can control the ship or something like that, or someone in Wano can control something like Momonosuke. And
Yeah.
we know Momonosuke has the voice of all things
Yes.
and can
Oh my
communicate with
gosh.
someone with I can't believe I remember all these things' names. But Zoe's the giant elephant in Zoe. I finally forgot her
Oh,
name.
is it Anisha?
Zanisha.
Anisha, yeah,
Zanisha.
yeah.
So maybe Momonosuke is just supposed to communicate to Zanisha and like open up Wano so Pluton can like come out. But like maybe the person who is meant to drive the ship is actually
Is
Vivi.
Vivi right. One Piece? One Piece is
And then
amazing,
we
dog.
have to figure out Uranus, right?
Yeah.
And we don't know nothing about it,
Oh, I think all we know is that Enel is on the moon, and
but we don't know if Uranus is on the moon.
that's true. I
Like,
think
what's his name? Why am I forgetting? Doctor, the big head, egghead doctor, Vegapunk.
Dr. Vegapunk.
Goodness gracious. Vegapunk said that he believes that the world government has Uranus, and that's what they're using to like, get
Mm,
rid of all those islands and all that stuff is going on. Like he thinks it's Uranus, and the mother flame is just powering Uranus. So
mm.
Or maybe, Blackbeard is supposed to be the power source of Uranus.
Dude, I don't even
We don't know jack about Blackbeard, bro. He could be
because
he could be the Prince of Lone Star.
well, here's the thing that
And,
kills me about
so
Blackbeard because the Otis clearly sh has shown a number of times Blackbeard is the opposite side of the coin of Luffy.
yes.
They are Joker and Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They kind of both want the same things, but they're going about it completely. Blackbeard likes the pie, or I can't remember which one. Luffy hates the pie. Blackbeard likes the drink. Luffy hates it. So
Something like
they
that.
are opposites of a coin, but they are both going for the same thing.
Yeah.
One
I
Piece.
mean, but I don't know. Blackbeard is clearly he's gonna be an important person, and it'll be really cool if he actually was the person in charge of one of the ancient weapons, because at some point we're supposed to think that like Blackbeard probably has the voice of all things too. You know what I'm saying? Like Blackbeard probably it's like if you like read whatever the theory is of Joy Boy returning, I'm sure you can kind of look and be like, dang, well actually was it supposed to be Luffy or was it supposed to be Blackbeard? The only thing is that Blackbeard has no rubber properties. Like he doesn't, when they describe Nika and the sun god, Blackbeard ain't doing none of that.
So let
So,
me ask you this. Let me ask you
yeah.
this. And I wish I remembered the brothers YouTube to shout them out, but I was watching a video and it brought up a good point. What came first? Because we know devil fruits are people's dreams,
Hmm.
like what Vegapunk said. So, was there a Nika and then there was a Nika devil fruit? Or did someone want to inspire and be like the voice of liberation, whatever, and like they made this devil fruit that became the legend of Nika, and then we got like Joy. Like what came first? Joy Boy, Nika, devil fruit, devil fruit, Joy Boy, Nika. Like what
Yeah.
came first?
So, whether there is a true Nika god or not, I think is irrelevant. I
Hmm.
think Nika and the legend of Nika was first.
Okay.
And then somebody hoped and dreamed that they could be Nika. And that's where the Nika Devil Fruit came
So
in.
did Joy Boy inspire the legend of Nika?
I think there was a sun god Nika legend, and Joy Boy represented their god and did the stuff. So he was like the Jesus of the
Okay.
sun god. And so like they kind of like talk about it as one and the same because they've always thought
Okay.
this, but then they had someone who physically embodied it
Okay.
and
And the
did the
elders
stuff.
are the Pharisees. It all makes sense.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I don't know what that means, Luffy is. We haven't got that far. Oda's waiting for that to happen in real life. Jesus Part 2.
Jesus works. Yo, no, only Oda. The rapture happens. And Oda's like, hold up. He's like writing it down. I gotta get all this down. Jesus, like, I have a
I've
lot
been
to
waiting
do.
for this.
I have a
I'm
lot to do,
getting to
Oda.
the story.
Oda's like, hold on, one second, one second.
I've literally been waiting 25 years. Can't finish it because the rapture hasn't happened
Because
yet.
the
That's
rapture
hilarious.
hasn't happened, so I can't finish One Piece. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
I have
Anyways,
to go battle the Antichrist now, Oda. Are you? Oh, one second, one
wait,
second.
wait. He's like looking at the screen. Okay. Good. I'm good now.
In the middle of the rapture, the new One Pieces are coming.
Everybody takes a beat. takes takes a good
Oh,
15
ooh,
minutes.
new
It's
One
like,
Piece.
ah, you
Everyone
see
left their work
it? Starts
in
pointing at the
demons.
person.
Like,
You see? Okay.
oh my
Okay.
god.
We're done. We're done. Let's get back to the anime.
Oh my
You
god.
want to talk about Emu's powers at all? I found it fascinating. It kind of looked like he had like literal devil powers.
I
So I
I'm
wonder
still
what
not
your
convinced,
interpretation of it.
dude. I'm still not convinced Emu has a devil fruit. I'm really
He
I don't
turned
know.
into something though.
But like
He turned into some type of like
yeah.
giant
Yeah,
thing
and then the
with
girls
that
say they
tail or
also
arrow.
turned into like their things. I don't know what to make out of it. And then like the his attacks, the the arrow, like the
Yeah.
vector, I don't know. I really I don't know why. I'm just not convinced Emu's powers are devil fruit related. I'm just not.
Yeah.
And I have nothing to support that. I just there's something about it that like it just wouldn't surprise me if Emu doesn't have a devil fruit, but Emu is just like something,
Hmm.
an entity or something.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Even if emo's like a race, whatever
Yeah,
that race is, people don't really know about it because they don't talk about it, but or it might be one of the forgotten races. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to wait
yeah.
and see. Well, there was another part of the anime that was recently came out and it's been getting a lot of attention, and that is fan letter. So the anime's on, like we mentioned earlier, is on break for 6 months. Right before they are about to kick off the revamped Fishman Island and Return of Sabo in the anime, they did
Why
a
is that
special call.
happening?
I don't know why they picked that art in particular,
I
except for the
don't
fact that like it got a lot of hate. Like
really.
Fishman Island gets a lot of hate from the fan community.
I mean, it's
So
not it did what it had to do. It was like the Straw Hats are back. This is why they're badass, and we're moving on. And we're gonna get you some lore. I don't know. I don't understand the hate for Fishman
the
Island.
well, there's a lot of hate for it, but you know what? I'm feeling like they're on their Jordan kick and they're taking things personal because these folks are now that Zoro King fight, they made
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah,
they're like, "Oh, you still talking about that?
yeah.
All right, B team, y'all redo that entire thing. We're gonna take a 6 month break because we're going to do Kuma's flashback,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and we
yeah.
need some time
Yeah.
before
I
we do
mean,
that. So,
that's fine. I don't know. I just fans or whatever, but okay. It's Sabaody. What's wrong? I have no problem with how Sabaody played out in
the
its
the
first.
yeah, I don't care.
Yeah,
I do not care.
it's
I'm
weird.
taking the
It's
break
weird to
with
me.
them. Yeah. But back to the point, they did make a special call fan letter, which
Hmm.
like is kind of dope, man, because it was like essentially two stories within a story that we have already seen, but from a
Yeah.
different perspective. One of a young girl who's a huge Nami fan. And like she said some bars in that show,
Yeah.
Mark. And
She was good.
then one of a Marine who was at Marine Ford and has
Can I
PTSD.
before
Lovely.
before you get into it, we've said
Okay.
this before. If how the world of One Piece was real, we'd be like more government, more military spending, and after watching that, there's no way. Like I would do anything the Navy said. Like people like Mihawk and and Whitebeard are just walking around. Oh, take all of them out. Like anything. They're like, oh, well, the government's lying to you. I'm like, yeah, but like people like Whitebeard exist. People like Kaido exist. In them.
Not in my town, buddy.
Not in my
Not in
neighborhood.
my town.
Like
Hell
that
no.
that
What?
that seeing Marine Ford from the POV of just a soldier, just a guy,
Dude,
terrifying.
no, but like, Mark, I'd be real arrogant with it. I wouldn't want the admirals in my town. I'm like, ew, dirty, get out
Dirty.
and go
Get
do
out.
your job. I don't want your little ice particles making it cold
Why
in
are
my
you
little
even
town. You
resting?
get the hell out.
Why
You
are
go
you
do your
resting?
job.
Big Mama's out there. Go go
Go
do
do
your
your
job.
job and don't come back. And if you finally do your job and they're all gone, you keep your little nasty ass on Marine Ford. Stay away from me and my people.
Like dog, like if I lived in the world of One Piece on the Red Line and they're like, your taxes, 70% of your taxes go to Impel Down. Good, good. Build another one.
Build another one
Build another
and
Impel
put
Down.
it deeper in the water. Bruh.
Be
Oh my goodness.
constant Impel
Just for
Downs.
Whitebeard. Build one just for Whitebeard. What? Dog.
Like,
Oh my
man.
goodness.
And why are you still in the Navy? Like, dog, after Marine Ford, like, nah, dog,
They
I'm a
no,
deserter. Or
they don't have a choice, Mark. That is why. Kobe is the only demented person. Kobe and Garp are the only demented people that were like, you know what I want to do? That. I
that
want to do that.
the
Garp is like, I cannot wait to get everyone I know to go do that.
bruh,
Shut the hell
the
up.
only
What?
the only way if I was just a soldier, I'm not like Kobe, whatever. If I'm just a soldier, the only way I stay in the Navy at the Marine Ford is if I'm on Garp's boat. That is like no, not like oh, whenever Garp needs me. No, no, no. I live and eat and sleep on Garp's boat. That's the only way I stay in the Navy.
Mark, I understand the Mark, I'm here with you, right? I understand the logic because you're not gonna die with Garp, right? Like Garp, Garp is gonna make sure one thing, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, yeah.
There's that. But then the other thing you need to consider, Mark, is he's going after that. Like that's what
That's
he
that,
wants.
yeah, that's
That's
he
what
wants the
like
smoke. And that's
yes,
the dilemma.
that's
You're
the
safe,
dilemma.
but he wants all the smoke.
It's a hell of a roller coaster ride that doesn't end. You just
You,
take
you know,
little
you
breaks.
you know how you survive? You're just like you're the cook. Or you're the plumber on Garp's boat. So you don't gotta see no action, but you're just like, all right.
Name
You
one
hear
cook that don't see action, Mark. Name one cook in this show that don't see action. Tell me one. You know what I'm saying? Name a
nowhere
shipwreck that
safe.
don't do action.
Nowhere safe.
Bruh, the Jiffy Lube of this world, all of them know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? All the mechanics in the Jiffy Lube know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Come
Dog.
on now, Mark.
It,
Nah, man.
after watching this, Marines get a lot more respect in my book. Like even when we see when they're on Sabaody and they're like, oh the straw hats, let's all get together. Yeah, we're gonna get the straw hats. And then Luffy, who we don't know, he's been gone for 2 years, comes in one punches a pacifista. I'm like, well, here's
I
my
would have
hat,
done what the
and here
Marines did. No, I'm going this way.
here's my here's everything. Here's my
Dog,
it has been a
Luffy
good
landed, the Marines stopped and went the opposite direction. They were like, no, no, I'm
bruh.
not going anywhere near that.
This
Dog, Mark, hold on. We got to talk about it. If I was a regular person, from a regular person's perspective, seeing Luffy, I'm like, yo, raise the bounty up, double it, double it
what are
immediately.
you guys doing?
Why is this little
What was
rat stretchy man causing pure destruction everywhere around him?
what was
He needs to
Luffy?
go.
I think Marine Ford, Luffy's bounty, what was it? Was it 300? Something like
Yeah,
that?
something like that.
Dog, he one shots a pacifista. I'm just throwing money. I'm like, "Yeah, take it, like put that in the pot.
And
Like
Mark, 2 years ago, you just heard every couple weeks he was just going to island to island, wrecking stuff and flipping the government and taking out the designated pirates that were assigned to the world government. Just slowly and surely just knocking them all out. And then he's gone for 2 years and he's coming back. No, no,
nah, not
triple
on
the
my watch.
bounty. He
Triple
cannot come to my
triple
island.
it. We we need an election tonight because the leaders aren't doing it. They're
Yo,
not handling.
it make me understand a lot of the things that some people in this country are looking for. If they're seeing things the way I saw Luffy in that show, I'm like, yeah, I might need to vote a certain direction too.
Bruh, could you
Keep
imagine
them out.
just
Keep
being
them
on
out of here.
keep them out of here. Get rid of them.
Get rid of
I
them.
don't like them, and I want them in my country. Dog, could you imagine and think about that before Sabaody, the Navy's like pacifistas, the new, take out pirates here and there and
Yep.
made after the warlord.
Bartholomew Kuma,
I
yeah.
was like, oh dang,
I'd
all
be
right, let's
like,
go Navy. And
bravo.
Luffy one shots one. I'm like, nah, nah. Something's
Nope.
wrong. Something's wrong in the state of Denmark.
Dog, imagine if you lived in the suburbs of Sabaody.
Oh my
You know what I'm
God.
saying? You're just kind of like, you're just looking. I'd be so pissed.
And then not only does Luffy one shot one, then his homeboys both break the neck of one, and I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing here?
They're not even the heavy hitters.
They're not. They're his boys. They're just his boys.
Like, like, you're still telling me Blackbeard's out there. You know what I'm saying?
Kaido's
Buggy
still
the Clown,
doing.
because Buggy's a problem at this point. Buggy the Clown's still out there. Shanks is out there. They ain't even on their level.
I
Y'all
I
can't handle them.
how does the government establish faith in its citizens when things like this are happening?
They replay Sakazuki punching a hole in Ace for the world. They're
Yeah.
like, remember this?
Remember
Don't
this?
you
We
remember this?
remember when we
He's on
killed the
our
Pirate
side.
King's son? I'm like, all right, okay, all right,
I'm
all
like,
right,
all right, yeah,
all
yeah.
right. And some more taxes, all right.
Yeah. They killed Ace and Whitebeard on the same day. That would have
Hey,
me.
no bull. Hey, no bull. That gives you a lot of.
That would give me.
Yeah, that's a lot of credit. That's a lot.
But I'll tell you right now, I'd be looking at Sakazuki and be like, "Yo, where's Sengoku?" I'd be looking like how we look at Obama. Like, yo,
Yeah.
come back. They ain't doing it right without you. Why?
That they
Why
no
they one
bull.
hitting pacifistas?
You
Sengoku,
kill
we need you back, bro.
you kill Go Roger, Sun, and Whitebeard at the same day. That gives you a lot of credit in the world of One Piece.
That's up there. That's up
Oh
there.
man, but
But yeah,
dude,
they looking at him funny now, though. I will say that they look
but
funny.
fan letter. I
Yes.
loved it, man. I absolutely loved it. I wish more animes did things like this, just like from a different perspective. The animation was
Can we talk
beautiful.
about that a little bit?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dog. So I think Attack on Titan already does a good job of like looking at stuff from the perspective of a regular human being. Because from the first episode, you're kind of just like, oh, this is a terrible
Yeah,
place. This
yeah.
is a
This is
horrible place.
awful.
But
Yeah.
let's think about this like, could you imagine looking at this as a regular human, like My Hero Academia? Dog, One Punch Man, Full Metal Alchemist, people just oh
Why is the world this way? I'm just
just
I'm just trying
building
to take
stuff,
my kid to
moving stuff.
school. I'm just literally trying to take my kid to school.
You're seeing this 13-year-old just create stuff, fighting a demon and killing the demon multiple times. It just keeps coming back. Nah, bruh. I'm going back
I
home that day.
I
Mm-mm.
did love I think they tried to give all the Straw Hats some love, except it's I love what they did with Zoro and
Sanji.
Sanji, where the
Hmm.
guys are at the bar talking, and first Zoro's like, "Oh, Zoro sucks," and then like he knocks him out. Like, what's his
Hmm.
problem? And then though I laugh like out loud when Sanji's like, "Yeah, and the cook's good too," and he's like, everyone's laughing, and then the whole bar is knocked out. They're like, "What the heck is
Yeah.
this?" I
I thought
loved
he
it.
had Conqueror's Haki for a second, bruh.
He was so salty. But
Yes.
I just love that perspective. The girl wanting to be like Nami, acting like Nami, dressing like Nami, not wearing her glasses to look like Nami.
Hmm.
Um, her whole dynamic, getting her letter, and then at the end, ripping her own fan letter to help the Straw Hats make it out. I like it was beautiful. It was really,
Beautiful,
really well
man.
done.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
She said a line. I'm not gonna remember it, Mark. Do you remember the line she said in the thing about why
I
she likes Nami?
I don't, man, I don't
She
remember.
she said something about like Nami's not like the strongest.
Oh yes, she said like she's not the strongest on the crew. Some about like she's really smart though. Oh yeah, I can't
She's
remember.
like, while she's not the strongest or the bravest, she's like, she got there. She's there with them, and they
Yeah,
respect her because of how smart she is.
yeah,
And you can work to be smart. That's
yeah,
something you can work on. So she's like, I have something to work towards. Like, I can become that. I
yeah,
can't become a Zoro or a Luffy, but I could become a Nami.
yeah.
And I thought that was dope. I thought
I
she said
love
it
the
much better than what I just said, but
yeah
I thought that was dope.
the one woman who has like the store who just wants to see Brooke. And like,
Yeah.
can we talk about for a second? I love, and it's been joked about. Everyone else 2 year gap training. Oh, real quick to go back to the girl. She like broke down the code herself and
Mm-hmm.
figured out that the Straw Hats were going to meet in
That's
two
dope.
years. Like I was like, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then like the woman who owns the shop, I think it was like a bookstore or something.
Yeah, it was a
And she
bookstore.
really wants to see the Soul King. I love everyone going to Brooke's show. Also, like that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the I don't know if he wasn't an admiral, maybe he was a vice admiral who was just in love with Chopper. That was
Ooh.
he's like, yes, we must stop the trial. He's so cute.
I get it. I
I
get
get it. Like,
it. I get it.
how you gonna stop Chopper? He's the like, and who else? Someone who had a love for Frankie. I forget. Someone was like, Frankie's pretty cool.
I don't remember that one. I
I
feel
thought I heard
bad.
some.
I kind of remember all the other Straw Hats except for Frankie. I don't remember that one.
What I do appreciate was,
Oh, I think it was in the beginning because they
yeah,
were like, he kind of like, they're like, what happened to him? Where did he go? He
yes.
disappeared. And then you see
Um,
like a picture of him.
yeah, because they were doing like an investigation report, and I think they asked the people at Water Seven, and what's his name
Hmm.
with like the ropes was like he's like I don't know where Frankie is, you know, he's like
Yeah.
running away,
Hmm.
he's like he's
That's what it
gone.
was.
But
Hmm.
oh man, I'm losing my train of thought. It was no, what I was gonna say, I love what's her name who has the ghost. I forget her name. Who's on the island.
Perina, Patrina or something like
Yeah,
Perina.
who's there with Mihawk. I
Hmm.
love that they showed her and her ghost was like affecting people because like yeah, Zoro doesn't know where the hell he's going, so she probably had to take him to Sabaody. I just love little like details like that. Like I thought that was really really nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It was dope. It was dope.
It
And
was
war
good. It
is
was
scary.
beautiful,
Dog, war
huh?
is scary. War
Whoa,
is
oh,
scary. I
dog.
the I we don't guys, I know we talked about it a bit. This is all I'll say. At one point, the character we're following, his leg was stuck under Orz's Jr.'s decapitated leg.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's why he was like, "Oh, this is how I'm going to die." He was in an ice cave, like he was like trapped around ice, and it heated up so much that it started melting, and he was stuck underwater while his leg was trapped under Orange Jr.'s leg, man. The fear. And Luffy just landed in all of that and was like, I'm going after the three biggest badasses
yeah,
to
yeah.
get my brother back.
You're
And
my
that's what
brother.
inspired him.
That's what he heard. You're my brother. And he was like, I gotta go get my brother.
I
And
gotta go
I
get my
love that
brother.
dynamic because in anything else, he was the older brother.
Yeah.
And the younger brother was the one who was like really killing it in the Navy. You know, it would they would change it, but it was like he was the older brother and he's like, oh, I can't stand my brother. But like I don't know. It was beautiful, man. It was really, really well done. I hope we get
I
more.
want more.
I kind of want another fan letter series, like
Yeah.
in the world of One Piece. I mean,
Get
it was great.
give me one for every arc. Like I'm with it. That was yeah. Give I could watch. I'd love to see an Ennis Lobby one. I'd love to
Yeah,
see a Skypiea one. Can you
yeah.
imagine a Skypiea one, bro? Like
Uh,
I keep doing them. Keep
keep
doing them.
doing them. It was great. The animation was wonderful. It's nice to see these little, you know, she interacted. She didn't realize she was interacting with Usopp, you
Mhm.
know. And it's funny because like right after that, if she would have like hung out with Usopp for a little bit longer, she would have ran into Nami. Because Usopp literally runs into Nami like right after
Like
that.
right there.
Yeah,
And
so
shame on her for not knowing everyone on the crew.
yeah,
Shame. That's that you love Nami. You should have known that was Usopp. You
yeah,
were right in front of him.
yeah.
It ain't that everybody
Beautiful,
got a nose like that. Come on
beautiful
now.
scene though, like her seeing Nami and like Nami cheering and like just well
Yeah.
done, really well done. I
Yeah.
loved it. If
It
you're a
was
One Piece
dope.
fan, go watch Fan Letter.
Oh yeah, it was worth your time. It's absolutely. It's like
Oh, and
it's worth
and
your time.
and I think directed, correct me if I'm wrong, but the same woman who directed was it 1115, the Luffy's Dream and Roger's Dream episode?
Yep.
Work of art. Like,
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was
yeah.
beautiful.
And I'll, last thing I'll say, this I love Fan Letter because it's I think One Piece is falling into its look, its feel, and I think it's pretty original. When One Piece first came out, I mean it was what it was, but I feel like One Piece was
That's one way to say it.
well, no, no. You know what's funny? Because it's like I think around Wano, One Piece was like, "Hey, like anime is like really elevating its animation. We got to really kind of like step it up." Because I mean, think
It
about
was
it. Like,
literally wow with that on. It's been
yeah,
5 out of 5.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
It's been great.
like Dressrosa is a great arc, but like anime, if you break Dressrosa down to its animation, it's mediocre. Right? There's nothing like spectacular about Dressrosa's animation. Wano gets a little bit better,
No, no,
especially
no, no. No, I'll tell you what happened. Dressrosa, huh? Zoe, interesting.
yeah,
Whole Cake Island, you start to see some stuff. You're like, oh, okay,
yeah,
this is somewhat better. And that's like the first time you see like it's not the first time you see Bounce Man, but like you see Snake Man, and
yeah,
you're like, oh, okay, this looks better than I've seen before.
yeah,
And then Wano, they
yeah.
knocked that thing out the park.
Wano's like they're like this is our look and our feel, and I'm
Yeah.
like I love it. I love like One Piece has a look now that I feel like is original and different than anything that's out right now, and I love it.
hmm hmm And this whole Egghead, like from Gear 5 on, and Egghead, that's like a unique animation style. But like they can still always call back to like those actions, like slides that are just like Garp, come on, man. What? Like
Yeah.
it's dope. It's dope.
So in animation, like they have like the character scales, right? It's like
Mhm.
characters are supposed to look like this, they're supposed to be this tall. And I don't know if you ever watched a show called Steven Universe, but
Are
did
you
you
talking to
watch
me or are you talking to the audience?
both?
Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. I know you ain't asking me if I ain't ever seen Steven Universe. Come on,
Okay.
bruh.
Wait, so why haven't we done a Steven Universe episode? All right,
That's you.
nothing. But look,
That's you.
so in animation, usually you want to keep your characters like scale, but like Steven Universe, and I think there was another anime. It was like it wasn't so important. It wasn't so important
Mm,
that like Luffy has to be this tall or look like this. It's all about the feeling, right? And
mm,
I feel like that's what One Piece is doing now. It doesn't. Nami doesn't have to be this tall, or Zoro doesn't have to look exactly like this. It's all about the feeling and the moment in the animation, and I feel like personally that works better.
mm.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
No, but I'm rocking with you. I'm glad it made sense to you, brother. All right. We still got one other thing to talk about, which is the manga.
Yes,
The manga is officially in Elbaf, and a
we're
few
there.
chapters came out. Yeah, we're here. Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
And what we have now is Loki. We have now been introduced to Prince Loki. We heard about Loki during Big Mom's flashback, and
Wow,
specifically,
that far?
well, yeah, Loki's like 60 years old, so he wasn't born then, but she was pissed because her daughter was supposed to marry Loki.
Wow,
And that's
my
why she
goodness.
ran away because she didn't want to marry Loki, and that was like Big Mom's chance to get giant blood into her family, and she was pissed about it. And she said Loki's not her type or something like that. So we
Footage.
got to pay
Poor
attention to that.
Puddin.
Pudding. Why you randomly thinking about pudding with the? Because it
Wait, was
wasn't
that?
pudding. It was one of the twins. One of
Oh,
the
oh,
yeah.
oh, you're absolutely right. It was
Yep.
the one who was on Thriller Bark.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how long we've been knowing about Loki, like
Okay.
since Whole Cake. So yeah, man. Curious what you think, man. And one other thing, just to give you a heads up, curious on what you think Loki's devil fruit is. So
So, man, Elbaf dog, we're here. First, it's like I Oda just like, man, Oda gives you, he gives you, he gives you, but then there's like more questions, more questions. Like, why were the Straw Hats split up? Why are now the crew, half of the crew is with the new giant pirates, but they are not on the Sunny? Why is the Sunny being carried by the other crew? What is it, like Goldberg and was it
mhm.
Grieg or Greg or
the
something like
the
that?
new the new giant pirates.
Yeah. So they're not with the Sunny, but the Sunny is with the other Straw Hats who are in this like
I
the
think I know
one
what
giant
happened. Do you
with
want to hear
the
my theories on all
well,
that?
I just the one giant has the whole Indian in the cupboard thing going on.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah,
let me know
that's
what you.
I'm reacting to Indian in the cupboard. It took a second to
He just had his
process.
little key. He just checks in. He's like, "Wow, amazing!" And he.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good job, Mark. So this is what happened, in my opinion. This is what I think happened. First of all, Oda split them for plot. Like
Oh yeah,
he had Vivi show the X on Luffy's arm to show that, hey y'all, I'm around and I need help and I'm alive. So that way, like if you have the Alabaster crew, none of them there, then like it builds suspense. And Robin being the only one's like, I swear I've seen that before. So I think that's like why Oda did it. But what happened was when they were drinking that absinthe, some of the crew went to the boat to go to sleep. I think the other part, like folks in the crew, just slept on the
the
Giants
Giants
boat.
boat. Okay,
And so when it was time to like when that giant bird or owl of that the
the doctor.
navigators,
Yeah,
or is he no,
I
he's
think
the
she's the
navigator.
doctor.
She's the doctor,
The
yeah.
yeah, she's the
When the
doctor.
giant bird like kidnapped the Thousand Sunny, that was just whoever was on the boat at the time.
Okay,
And so when the bad guy got him, he was just like, "Cool. Oh, I don't have everybody, but this is still a good collection." And then he put him in the cupboard.
yeah,
And yeah, like the reason the dude's like running with the ship is because the new giant pirates, like they found out that, oh, he knows that the old giant pirates were coming back and they were expecting them any day now. And so they're like, oh, he kidnapped them. And so they're like, nah, we like Luffy and the
yeah.
crew. We want to welcome them. So we're gonna take the ship back and like keep it safe for them until they get there. That's what I think happened.
One thing, like I agree with you. Oda did the X thing, plot, but like
Mhm.
in the world of One Piece, why? There's got to be a reason why they noticed that X on Luffy in his freest form and not ever before.
Because it was so clear compared to the rest of the picture. No, hold on. You know that X is not actually on Luffy right now, right? Like Vivi put that X there before it got shipped out to everyone. It's not like a permanent tattoo. It was just they just had it marked there for Alabasta, and then
Oh, Vivi
since
put it on that
she
photo.
put it on the photo. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, man, dude, I was going through the ringer. I'm like, oh, Luffy in his freest form has the X on him. Like I was like, what
Yeah.
is
Nah,
that?
the way you can kind of tell that Vivi did is that they said like the rest of the picture was blurry. It was just
Ah,
the X that was like
got you.
very clear. And they're like, why is
Okay.
that part so clear? And that's why they're
Okay.
like, have you ever seen that? Like, the dead giveaway was when Robin's like, have
Yeah.
you ever seen that X before on Luffy?
Yeah.
Because they see Luffy all the time, and they don't never see that X. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, it dog is exciting to be in Elbaf. It feels like you know, so in One Piece how
Mm,
we get like a big arc and then we kind of get like a mini arc that has like a lot of like backstory or moving things forward. I feel
yeah.
like Elbath is going to be a mix of that. I
Hmm.
I don't think we're going to be in Elbath very long. And relative
What
like
is
what
very
that mean.
long? Like
So what that
Egghead
mean? Yeah,
not
you're
being
right.
very
Okay.
long, and that's a year. What
Well,
give me a little
so
more.
for One Piece, what does that mean, right? So what I mean by that, I don't think Elbaf is going to be like a Wano that takes
Okay.
like 3 or 4 years to tell the story. I think in real time we're in Elbaf for like a year and then we're moving on. I don't think Elbaf we're going to be here constantly. I don't think it's going to be a bunch of like you know I go back to Wano. I don't think Elbaf is going to be a Wano, and I
I
say that just
disagree.
because, huh?
I said I disagree.
No,
We're
no,
gonna be
that's fine.
on.
I just
We're
say
gonna
that
be on
because
that sucker for a long time.
I
I think we're gonna be there at least 2 years.
dude, I only say that because we got to get to Laugh Tale and we
Mm.
have to have our final war. And I think Elbath is a dropping off point before we get to all those things. We're gonna learn some dope stuff in Elbath. Elbath is gonna like don't get twisted. Like major things are gonna happen, but I think like in the grand scheme of things, the manga spends a year, maybe 2 years on Elbath before we move forward.
I agree with
Um,
that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be two
yeah.
years. And the the only reason I think it's gonna be a long time or longer than a year is it's called Warland,
Hmm.
and we have yet to see a war. And we meet the bad guy in the first part that they're like, I mean, Mark.
Is he a bad guy?
Okay, yes, true, 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 true.
Is he?
But true, true. But like, take this. They are constantly saying, "Hey, this guy's been locked up for 6 years. He will turn this sucker out if you break those chains. We cannot release this guy." It took all of us to stop him, and Luffy's in front of him. Bro, come on now. He is clearly getting released from those chains. And so, like, that is gonna be a thing. And it's called Warland. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Yeah.
but so there's Elbaf part of it, but like the other thing is like, yo, we're gonna get answers to questions.
Hmm.
And it's like we're gonna find out about Nika. Like I'm sure there's gonna be at least two non-Straw Hat flashbacks. Like just
Yeah.
like straight up history flashbacks.
And
Like we're gonna get stuff about
and I
stuff
was
here.
trying to do the math in my head. Loki has been locked up for 6 years.
Yeah.
Where does that put us in our timeline? Saba Odi was
Sabo
well,
was
what
two
was
years
the
ago.
time skip? 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So he was locked up before Luffy even made his journey,
Yes.
right? And like, do you know where
He's been
exactly that
locked
puts us?
up since like Ace didn't even start his journey.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like Sabo was probably locked like with the Revolutionary Army for maybe like a year or two.
yeah. And so
That's how
I'm
far
I'm
back it
I'm
was.
trying to go back. I'm like, is there anything significant that 6 years ago that
No.
would cause Loki to be locked up?
Well, their saving graces, no one knows what's happening at Elbap because it's not affiliated with the world government.
True.
And all the giant pirates that were gone, like never made it past like Doflamingo. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So like, and the ones who are like already in on the Grand Line they're either on Little Garden or they're on Ennis Lobby as like
yeah.
prisoners. So
So
that's why we are safe to not know what happened 6 years ago.
I'm very excited, man. I think it's like when they're on that bridge, I took it as when they're on that bridge and Luffy's like, "You guys keep going, I'll be back." Luffy heard the voice of all things.
Yeah.
Now, is that because of Loki, or is it like the animals that are love Loki down there? Like I don't know. Like, but I that's what I took it at. It wasn't
There's
like, oh, I
something down
sense
there.
I sense Conqueror's hockey. No, I felt like Luffy because y'all hear that, and he went down there, and he even said when he went down there, he saw all the animals. He's like, "Ah, that takes me back, like
Hmm.
training with Rayleigh." And
Yeah.
we see that Luffy clearly has some type of like connection with like beast and animals. So I'm just like, was it Loki? Is Loki a beast or something, or is Loki have a Zoan, an ancient
You in
Zoan?
the will of the devil fruits. You are not gonna let it go. You are not gonna let it go. Like only if it does that little trail that you just did, Mark.
Yeah,
I think the voice of all things is definitely what like called him there. I
yeah,
don't know if it was Loki, but I think he sensed Loki. Like he probably sensed like some powerful person and was like drawn to him because it's not like he went to any of those animals. He went to Loki.
yeah.
He was like, who is this guy? And he finds him fascinating. I think Luffy is gonna let him out. And
And then
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
what's Loki's deal? Because like he says like I'm the one who will like devastate this world if I'm let out.
Hmm.
But then he tells Luffy, "You let me out, I'll eliminate any pirate crew that you want me to." And like Luffy's not gonna do it. Luffy's gonna do it because he's Luffy. He's like, "Oh, well, let's see what happens when you get out," you know. But I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for Elbaf and what is
Do,
gonna
do
come
you,
of it.
here's my hot take.
Hmm.
Or I guess we go into predictions. I think Loki's gonna join the crew. I think he is the last member of the Straw Hats.
Wow, wow. Okay, join the Straw Hats or be part of the Grand Fleet.
No, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to make this proclamation, I gotta go all the way in. I think he's gonna be a Straw Hat.
Let me ask you this. Okay, he joins the Straw Hats. How is he traveling with the crew? Is
His devil
Loki's
fruit allows him to shrink.
is Loki's devil fruit a giant fruit? Is Loki not even a giant? Is his devil fruit is what makes him a giant? But if that's the
Or a
case,
human fruit model giant, something
giant,
like that.
yeah. Because he does say he's like these chains are seized prism stone. So
I
that
think he's actually a giant. I think his devil fruit, whatever it is, will allow him to be able to travel on the Thousand Sunny.
and I'll say this. This is my last like I don't know if it's a theory. I'm just pulling strings. There is a connection between Elbath and Wano.
In what
And
way?
I think before everything went to hell, maybe Elbath was a land of Wano or vice versa. Because on Onigashima, right?
Hmm.
Kaido's island, there's that it's that big skull, which is like an ogre. But there's that giant sword.
Yeah, yeah.
There's that giant sword. Why is there just a random giant sword in Wano?
It would help the question. It would help answer the question. It would help
Now
answer the
I
question.
can
But
see a giant traveling to Wano and becoming a samurai. And then when the other reason why I thought about this, I forgot what part it was, but Zoro was like, doesn't that giant sound like a samurai?
yes, yes.
And I was like,
Yes. That
okay.
okay.
You
Okay.
know, like what
You
are
know
we
what it
doing
could
here?
be? It could be that before the world sunk, they were a part of the same continent. Like it wasn't
And
they
that's what I'm
weren't
saying.
that
I
far
think,
away.
yeah,
You might be onto
Wano
something.
and Elbath might have been like the same thing, and like giants were like they could come be samurai, whatever. But like that, we said Oda does not waste, and Zoro's like he talks like a samurai. Why would
Yeah.
they even say that?
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
know? So I think there's
Yeah. You onto
a
something. You
correlation.
onto something. Do you have any other thoughts on what's gonna happen this arc or any other
Dude,
predictions?
I really I don't know. I'm just here for the ride. I I do want to know what Shanks was doing on Elbath
Hmm.
and why Loki tends to like I guess hate Shanks. But then we it's we've seen Shanks decimate I don't know if you could call Kid an ally, but like association with Luffy, like the Kid Pirates and the Barto Pirates, and Loki just says Shanks is like an idiot or whatever, and Luffy Gear 4 throwing hands. You know what I'm saying? So like
Guys like, watch your tone, bro. He went
yes,
straight
yeah,
with a
watch your
jab. I
mouth.
was like, watch your tone.
And like I don't know what to make of that because when Shanks and was going to give Barto like take this poison, give it to not sorry, give it to Luffy, and Barto was like, I'd rather drink this than give it to Mr. Luffy. You know, I'd rather drink it.
Hmm.
Shanks was like, he was like proud, but they still decimated the Barto pirates. So I don't know what to make of this. Like Shanks obviously is happy of the moves Luffy's making, but he's like, I gotta stomp out, defiance when I meet. I don't know.
He
It's
he he
interesting.
do. He gotta protect his people. You
Yeah,
can't, yo, that comes with repercussions.
yeah,
And like if Luffy sees him and he's like, yo, why'd you do that to Barto? Shanks would say, he burned my flag. And Luffy's be like, true,
yeah.
true. Can't be
True.
burning people's
You
flags out
can't be
here. You
burning.
taught me that.
You
You taught
can't
me
be
that.
burning
True.
flag.
True, right, right.
Barto, you didn't
Barto should
tell
know
me.
better.
You didn't tell me you burnt his flag. I'm
Bro,
sorry,
that
Mr. Luffy.
you know what I'm saying? That comes with, look, you can't just be burning people's flags out here, bro. Come on now. I
Man.
feel like that's the kind of energy Luffy
Yeah.
would be on. So, yeah.
Hey, yeah, I'm excited about an Elbaf. I don't know what to make of any of this, but I do think it's some connection to Wano. And you know what? Before we get into it, the knot, the Conqueror's Hockey knot.
Mm, yeah. Shout out to Hidden Island. He just did a video on the knot.
Yes,
It's dope.
that's
It
the
was a dope
yes.
video.
Shout out to him. Okay, and he brings up a good point. Can you put observation hockey in a knot? And I think that's what they're going to find on Elbaf. They're going to find a knot that's full of observation hockey that just
Yeah,
transcends time and space.
that theory, like story, that breakdown would be perfect.
Yeah.
It was to a point where I was like, he didn't spoil this. Or like if Odin hears this, Odin will be pissed because like, dang, that's the One Piece.
But why
The
not?
One
Why
Piece is
not?
just a
Why
knot.
can't you put observation hockey into something?
I'm sure you can. I'm sure
Yeah.
you can. I've never
Ugh.
thought about it, of course. But like that's not gonna be the only time we see a knot. Like him doing like, oh, I can put hockey in a knot. That's gonna come up again at some point. And so, and if it doesn't, I'll be pissed off at Oda. And like, because it would, if it doesn't, it would literally be because he saw that video and he's like, damn, they took my idea.
And Nels, I'll just leave you with this before we break. We've clearly established armament hockey. You can put armament hockey into things. You
Yes.
can put Conqueror's hockey in knots. Who knows how far
Yes.
that goes? Can you put hockey in anything else? Can you put hockey into a person and leave it dormant?
Why are you even thinking about this?
Why couldn't you? Why could and what is hockey but will? And we talk about the
What
interpretations
would
of
that
will.
even be? Would that be a child? Like
Is that
what
just the
how
will? Is that someone's will?
that's Jujutsu Kaisen. That's what that is. Like some hockey. That's
Yeah.
whatever Naruto's like what six tail fox, whatever,
The nine-tailed fox.
nine tail fox, whatever that is what it is. If this whole time, let's say it was Luffy, this whole time Luffy had Gold Roger's will or Joy Boy's will and
Poseidon. Is that
Poseidon.
is that not just some type of hockey
Wow.
that's been passed down?
Could be. It could be some like very unique specific observation hockey where you can communicate with the sea beast. Damn, that's a good idea, man.
One Piece is
We'll
amazing.
see. We'll see. But Mark, thank you. And thank you for listening. We have a new episode every month. You can find us on all social media at Popcult Parent, POPCULTPARENT. Visit us at www.popcultparent.com. Become a member of the Pop Cult at our Patreon, patreon.com/popcultparent, where you can see all of our full videos. Email us at popcultparent@gmail.com. Don't forget to rate us, review, and subscribe. And as always, join the cult.
Peace.
Peace. Yo.
Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Pop, put, parent.